making our news brief headlines today. A newly formed coalition government awaits swearing in. UK observers present their initial findings of the 2025 general elections. Emancipation Day festivities begin this weekend, and the Cayman Islands will face Honduras in the FIFA World Cup qualifier. Good evening, my name is Lavita Thompson and welcome to our CIG TV News Brief today, Friday, May 2nd. Before we begin, we ask our YouTube viewers to take a moment to like, share and subscribe to our channel for the latest in official government news. Now for today's news. In our top news story for today, Her Excellency the Governor, Mrs. Jane Owen, met with the re-elected Member of Parliament for West Bay South, Mr. Andre Ebanks, and the newly elected MP for Georgetown South, Mr. Gary Rutty, at Government House last evening, Thursday, May 1st. During the meeting, Mr. Ebanks presented a letter confirming that he has secured the support of the majority of the newly elected parliamentarians following the general election on April 30th. The letter, which includes 11 signatures, officially supports Mr. Ebanks as the leader of the new government, with Mr. Rutty set to serve as his deputy. Her Excellency has accepted the letter and will now issue a proclamation calling for a meeting of Parliament on Tuesday, May 6th at 2 p.m. This announcement has been officially published in the Cayman Islands Gazette. The Governor will swear in all the new members of Parliament, followed by a public swearing-in ceremony of the new cabinet, which will take place outside the Parliament building on Fort Street. The ceremony will be aired live on our CIG TV channels, so be sure to tune in for more information. In a statement issued last night, Governor Owen expressed her anticipation of working closely with the new government, stating that she, along with the Deputy Governor and the Public Service, is committed to supporting the new leadership in delivering their priorities and policies over the coming term. To learn more about the formation of government, visit gov.ky/transition. The Commonwealth Parliamentary Association shared their initial findings of the process of the 2025 general elections and referendum at a press conference held today. Hosted by Head of Mission Deputy Rob Ward, the observers shared both positive findings and areas for improvement.
On Wednesday, the 30th of April, our mission was present as the Cayman Islands went to the polls in a calm, peaceful and well-organised election process. Polling stations were well prepared, staff were trained and knowledgeable, and returning and presiding officers showed excellent leadership in dealing with any problems and ensuring eligible voters could cast their ballots. There was universal praise for the work of the Elections Office and the professionalism and dedication of the officials led by the Supervisor of Elections. The inclusion of people with disabilities was exemplary. On election day, voters were assisted with dignity and respect in accordance with the required procedures. Step-free access, accessible booths and wheelchairs were provided at polling stations. In addition to this, in the week prior to election day, the opportunity for advance voting was provided, known as mobile voting, which included visiting voters in their homes to enable them to exercise their democratic rights in a private and inclusive manner. Eligible voters abroad were able to participate in this election through a postal vote. Over 1,000 postal votes were issued, nearly double the number issued in previous election. Voter turnout remained high, as with previous elections, at 74%, and all districts were contested, with 58 candidates on the ballot paper. Many international human rights standards apply to elections in the Cayman Islands, and the domestic legal framework set out principally in the Constitution and the Election Act provides a good basis for democratic elections. Voters had the opportunity not only to choose their Member of Parliament, but to vote on 3 referendum questions covering cruise ship berthing infrastructure, a national lottery, and the decriminalisation of consumption and possession of small amounts of cannabis. This was enabled by the Referendum Act 2025 that was passed only a few months prior to election day and is silent on many important matters such as campaign finance.
Among the areas for improvement, the observers made a special note of discrepancies between electoral boundaries and the question of campaign finance.
The observation we make, and I made earlier today, is there are still what we might call discrepancies in numbers of voters. So the example we gave was there are 1,774 in Bodden West, whereas 899 in East End. And the Boundaries Commission had raised that before. And I think we note that, and we would say again that that Boundaries Commission which wasn't taken on board is perhaps something that needs to be considered again.
The full report will be made available in about 2 months. In the interim, you can watch the press conference on demand on our YouTube channel. Emancipation Day activities have begun today, Friday, May 2nd, with the return of the popular 3-4-5 Day. Today, Caymanians and residents are wearing the national colors to their workplaces to display love of country and national pride. This weekend will feature the Cayman Carnival Junior Batabano on Saturday afternoon on Cardinal Avenue, followed by an opening church service at Webster's Church in Boddentown on Sunday. Monday's official Emancipation Day holiday will see the opening of the new Emancipation Center, with traditional activities including catboat rides, maypole dancing, and fireworks from 2 to 8 p.m. A speaker series with the Link Up podcast will take place Thursday evening at the Harquail Studio Theatre, while celebrations move to Cayman Brac next weekend, concluding with a church service on May 11th. For details, you can follow at mysch_Cayman on Instagram and Facebook. Now for a look at sports. The Cayman Islands men's national football team will compete against Honduras on the 7th of June for the opportunity to play in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The game will be played at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex, and spectators are encouraged to attend and show their support for Team Cayman. For tickets, you can visit eventpro.ky. Let's have a brief look now at this weekend's weather forecast. A ridge of high pressure continues to dominate the Northwest Caribbean, bringing light to moderate winds and seas to our area. Our radar is currently tracking showers primarily east of the Cayman Islands, moving westward. For tonight, we can expect partly cloudy skies with just a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will be comfortable, falling to the mid to upper 70s. Easterly winds will blow at 10 to 15 knots, with seas slight to moderate and wave heights between 2 to 4 feet. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we'll see similar conditions with partly cloudy skies and that same 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will climb to the mid-80s, but with humidity, it will feel closer to 93 degrees. Winds will shift slightly to east-southeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be calmer with wave heights of just 1 to 3 feet. For local weather updates, be sure to visit the Cayman Islands National Weather Service website and follow their Facebook page for the most reliable coverage. If you're watching us on the CIG YouTube channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed with the most accurate local government news. That wraps up today's CIG News Brief. I'm Lavita Thompson signing off. Thank you for watching. We will resume our news on Tuesday, May 7th with special coverage of the swearing-in ceremony. Have a safe weekend and great Emancipation Day.